InfoWarsStore.com today to purchase your ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system or call 1-888-253-3139.
When you're out on the road, the last place you want to be is on the road. But if the unfortunate happens, you'll be glad you were wearing diamond gussets.
There's a place down in Tennessee where they make blue diamond gusset jeans. They so pride in every stitch, guarantee you love the way they fit. They put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
We turn jeans inside out. Diamond Gusset Jeans. Made in the USA with unparalleled quality. Our Defender motorcycle jeans combine gusset comfort with Kevlar protection, so you can ride all day with confidence. Order yours at gusset.com. Diamond Gusset Jeans got it. Others don't.
Aging starts at the cellular level. When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. In the past decade, we have witnessed unparalleled scientific discoveries. During that period, key patented compounds have focused on mitochondrial growth, nerve growth, and rejuvenation. But no one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. We now have the synergistic solution, DNA Force, just one of the key compounds. BioPQQ is backed by major clinical studies and over 175 PubMed-listed published studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? The ultimate value, cutting-edge, trailblazing game changer that also supports the InfoWar. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. DNA Force from InfoWars Life.
Using unparalleled research in the development of a synergistic formulation based around the key concepts of superoxygenation, the next level in cleansing is here. With key ingredients backed by real clinical studies, the new Oxy Powder, available through InfoWars Life, was invented during Dr. Group's research on the toxification of our bodies. Many herbal colon cleansers are harsh on the body and contain cheap and potentially dangerous ingredients, oftentimes full of synthetic fillers, GMOs, additives, or worse. Gently start cleaning your body with easy capsules that start working while you sleep. Oxy Powder does not require time off work, and there's no need for bad-tasting concoctions. Instead, Oxy Powder slowly releases monoatomic oxygen into the intestinal tract and body. Experience the astonishing cleansing power of superoxide and ozonide technology. Go to InfoWarsLife.com or InfoWarsStore.com to get started with Oxy Powder, or call 1-888-253-3139.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. Live from Austin, Texas, broadcasting worldwide, it's Alex Jones.
Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show. I'm David Knight, your host today. I am joined by Michael Cargill, who's running for town council here in Austin. But it's a story that has applications to wherever you are. You know, many times we overlook the obvious, simple things that we can do looking for some kind of a miracle solution. And one of the ways is with your health care. You know, it's time to get prepared with Survival Shield X2 from InfoWars Life. I take it every day. Secure yours at InfoWarsLife.com and store it in your preparedness pack or your home cabinet. Really, your own health and your immune system being optimized is one of the most effective ways that you're going to be able to survive, regardless of whether it's Ebola or MERS or SARS or whatever you're going to come in contact with. If you're in top physical condition, you're going to be able to weather the storm better than any miracle drug is going to do for you. You can't isolate yourself fully, but what you can do to prepare right now, since there is no cure for many of these diseases that we're faced with, since the vaccines themselves are dangerous, one of the best things you can do is to prepare your immune system and your health with something like Survival Shield X2. A few drops and you'll receive a powerful dose of key nascent iodine instead of drinking excessive amounts of bad-tasting iodine. Iodine is essential for health. There are many things that you can take, and that's one of the key things, though, that's going to keep your immune system and your body in tip-top shape. Well, Michael, we're talking about the movement that we've seen from Bloomberg and from Bill Gates at a national level. These are guys who have a national agenda, but they understand that in order to get their gun control agenda, for example, enacted, they're going to have to affect local races. So they're pouring a lot of money into local races, even against pro-gun Democrats. If you look at the spending that Michael Bloomberg's Independence USA PAC has put in, he's put in, out of about $5 million, he's put in 27% of that has been against Democrats who support gun ownership. He's put in 41% of it in favor of Republicans who are against our Second Amendment rights. So it can run the other way. So when you look at that, the bulk of the money that he's putting in, almost 70% is for pro-gun Democrats and anti-gun Republicans.
Absolutely. And they're doing this all around the country. They're not doing this in Texas. They're doing it everywhere. Bloomberg has actually come out and he said, hey, I have millions and I'm going to spend those millions to affect, the different elections around the country. New York, they want to bring all those ideas that they have in New York, to your state and your neighborhood.
Yes.
But we're trying to push back and we're saying, no, we're going to fight. We don't have that kind of money, but we're going to fight and stand up because this is something that, all of the leaders or local leaders down on that ballot believe in. And we tried to encourage people, when those big elections come around, that governor's race, that presidential race, please go all the way down the ballot and support the people that are on the bottom of the ballot.
That's right.
You have, like, for instance, your county sheriff. That person is very important. That person is going to be the first person that's going to stand in front of you and say, hey, when the feds come and knocking, they can actually stop it and kick them out of the county. And we've seen that in California where, you have your different sheriffs stand up and say, hey, I want the FBI out of my county. I'm going to handle this my way.
Absolutely.
It's happened here in Texas as well.
And we saw that happen in Milwaukee. Sheriff Dave Clark, that's why Bloomberg targeted him with $150,000 that he spent against David Clark. It was $500,000 in that local sheriff primary. Of course, there wasn't any Republican running, so that really was the election. But still, $500,000, and that was outside money being spent against him. He won. He said, you're not going to be able to buy this election. But he had a very loyal constituency, I think, because he had been honest with them. He had told them, look, we're going to do everything we can to protect you. We're going to come after these guys after the fact. But while it's going on, a cop can't be everywhere. They can't be at your door when your door gets kicked in by a home invasion. So it's important, he said, to be armed as well as to understand how to safely use a firearm. That's something that you do in your business. You not only sell firearms, but you also do training.
Absolutely. We do a lot of training. We teach people how to draw that firearm when they need to. Law enforcement is not going to always be there. And different little situations we've seen around the country, we've seen it takes, law enforcement anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes to arrive on the scene after the first shots are fired. So, who's going to be that person that's going to help you and save you, get you out of that building, out of that room, or out of that situation? That's going to be yourself. And law enforcement cannot be everywhere.
But they can be an effective backstop against federal intrusions, as you pointed out, with the sheriff especially. But it goes for a lot of the different offices. As the liberals know, we've heard from them over and over again, think globally, act locally. In other words, they have a global agenda. They have a national agenda, whether it's gun control or whether it's some other aspects. They have that agenda that they've created. They're using this same tactic all over the country. And yet they know that it's going to have to be implemented at the local level. But unfortunately, so often we put all of our attention on just the highest level offices, like you mentioned before, for governor or for president. I remember when I was involved with the Libertarian Party back in North Carolina, in order to get ballot access and to retain that, we had to get a fairly high percentage. I think it was 10% of the vote for president or for governor. Now, that's almost impossible to do, but it makes you focus all your resources on that high-profile race rather than looking downstream to see what else is going, because when you get someone in who performs an effective backstop against invasions of your personal liberties, that person can also do other things locally that are going to help your quality of life.
Absolutely. And we've seen a lot of times where some of those elections down on the bottom of the ballot takes, 3 or 4 votes for the that election is decided. There's a state representative that was elected into office by a difference of 4 votes, you know, and you're talking one household could have made a difference in that election. And some people don't go all the way down. They don't continue on. In your city council races, a lot of that stuff is nonpartisan. So people go out and they hit that one button. I'm going to vote straight Democrat. I'm going to vote straight Republican. They don't pick and choose, and look at the individual. I encourage people to look at the individuals and vote for the person, not for the party.
And that's very important, as we saw in Jakari's report a little over a year ago when we had Mike Martinez at that gun control rally. Somebody was holding a stop the gun ban. He says, we're not going to do that, but hang on to that sign because we're going to make your sign come true. In other words, we are going to ban guns. That was an amazing admission. And here's this from a guy who's just a town councilman, but he has a lot of power to help make that happen. And now he's moving to the next level. He's moving to the level of running for mayor of Austin. And so that's why we need to get people who respect individual liberty in at the local level. And one of the things that you mentioned when you spoke against that at the time was you said he needs to understand these are fundamental rights we have in the Constitution, and he needs to pay attention to the traffic flow area in this area.
Exactly, because traffic is our main problem here.
Yeah.
But, your city council members and those people in those positions are going to be the ones that make that decision when something happens on the national level. Something happens on that national level where they're going to come down and they're going to say, okay, well, we need to now confine everyone into this area, do these things or do this or do that. Those people are going to be the key people to make those decisions.
Because it's going to be done in an incremental regulatory way. In other words, we have these fundamental rights, but they're always looking for ways to turn them into privileges that they can then use to infringe. And that's why the Second Amendment said you won't infringe on this. They knew that it was going to be a gradual process of taking away our rights by moving the boundaries in on the edges. And that's essentially what it is with these infringements that they're doing. And the way they enact that is at the local level.
Right. And I always remind people that if one thing you need to remember, if I hope those chains rest lightly on your wrist if you do not come out to vote.
Yes, absolutely. We're talking to Michael Cargill, who's running for town council here in Austin. But again, this is something that is going to affect you wherever you are. Many times, you've got about a week or so before the final election deadline. You need to look at your ballot and look down the ballot and see what these people stand for that are going to be your town councilmen, your mayors, because that's where you're going to see a lot of infringement on your freedom or a defense of your freedom. We're going to be right back, and we're going to talk about this shooting in California where it was an illegal alien deported twice. Stay with us. We'll be right back with Michael Cargill.
After consulting top doctors, nutritionists, pharmacists, and others, we have developed what I believe is the ultimate non-GMO organic Super Male Vitality formula. Super Male Vitality by InfoWars Life is so powerful that I only take half the recommended dose.
I jump out of bed ready to fight these criminals every day. I look forward to waking up and taking my Super Male Vitality.
Visit InfoWarsLife.com today to secure your Super Male Vitality and other powerful products from InfoWars Life.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put 2 and 2 together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor just won't quit.
General, what do you think about the FBI
saying that there's a terror alert on Monday about a potential Fort Hood situation.
The police are shoving people, shoving Alex, shoving the crowd.
Here we go, folks. I'm being assaulted.
Whether it's the radio show, the news websites, documentary films, or the nightly news, InfoWars is the tip of the spear.
Is this another false flag stage attack to take our civil liberties and put more Homeland Security sticking their hands down on the pants on the streets?
It's up to us to set brush fires in the minds of men and women everywhere. And that's what PrisonPlanet.tv is designed to do.
You watch, the Assad regime is going to be blamed or accused of using chemical weapons against the so-called rebels.
What we see now is a war against reality. It's a war against the truth.
It's more vital than ever that supporters of freedom become members of PrisonPlanet.tv and share their membership with up to 11 friends and family.